Hello, family. I hope that this video finds everybody safe and well. And today I wanted to come on here and talk to my sister builders, my sister builders, my women builders, those who are building something. You could be building a business, building a community uh, uh, space, building a nonprofit. You're just building. You're building. You're building a play. You're building your career. You're just my sister builders. You're building. And today, I guess lately, the Lord has been dealing with me on this building process. I so strongly identified when I first started going through my wellness journey with Nehemiah in regards to building the wall around Jerusalem. And I knew that as I read that I was being built up to. And so building yourself up is so important. It's so important to make sure that you're caring for yourself and that you're taking good care of yourself and that you're getting strong. You're getting strong. But as we are building in the building process, I was looking here, and the word says in Proverbs 14:1, a wise woman builds up her house, and a foolish woman tears it down. And so I haven't seen any scriptures that talk about her building a business, building a play, building her career. It says a wise woman builds her house. Her house. And so I know that I am too in the process of building my business. And so, as I'm building my business, I'm collecting things and I got all these things around me that I plan on using for marketing purposes, using for training, just in the process of building. I'm building up my content. I'm building up my props. I'm building up everything that I think I need. And what I learned over the course of that building is that I got to be very careful about putting too much stock in all of that I'm building for my business. You see, I recently was talking to a friend of mine and we could relate on some things in regards to our families. She was talking about how she likes to build her pantry a certain way and have it look a certain way. Y'all know women, we like stuff a certain way. We tend to like stuff. Everything has its place. Anybody like me? I don't know. Maybe I'm alone, but everything has its place, and I like it a certain way. And if it gets moved or tossed or thrown away, oh my goodness, my little heart can be hurt. I can get upset. I can get angry. And she let me know she was the same way because, people trying to come in and help, they think they helping, but that's not the help that you're looking for because you're touching my stuff. You're messing with my stuff. And that's how, her and I were talking. We could relate on that. And I never forget, I have a host parents when I was away in college. And I'll never forget, my host dad threw something away of my host mother's, and she just stopped speaking to him. She was so upset, you could just tell it. And he was like, "What did I do? What did I do?" And so I had to kind of, be the intermediary between the two of them. I was like, "Mom, he didn't mean it. He didn't mean it," but she was upset. I can relate now. I can relate. But as I was relating to that, I heard in my spirit, I was looking for some pens recently, and these pens were very special to me. They're gold pens with my daddy's name on it. And you may not know, but my daddy's gone on to glory. And so these pens had significance for me. But I heard in my spirit, Felicia, people over pens. People over those pens, Felicia, because I was about to get mad. I was about to get upset. Who done took my pens and moved my pens? Nobody knows where my pens are. And I was going to use those pens. Those pens had sentimental value. But the Lord said, Felicia, people over the pens. And so as my friend and I were relating over our stuff getting moved or tossed or lost or thrown away, I was praying with her. I said, sis, can we pray about this? We need to pray about this. And both her and I were like, you know what? All they had to do was ask. Just ask me. Ask me, is that important to me? Ask me, where do I want that? Ask me, do I want to keep that? Ask me. Because Papa has taught me that love asks. Love does ask. That's a principle. Love asks. That's what he done taught me on my journey. And so as her and I are praying and I'm going to the throne of grace to Papa about this, I just start to well up. Just well up because I hear again, Felicia, people over her pantry, people over your principles. And I was like, well, Papa, I don't understand. You done taught me this. You done taught me the principle that love asks. You should ask people. You don't just start touching and moving things. Ask. Love does that. Love asks. And then he let me know as I was waking up this morning. He's like, Felicia, people over your principles. You're not wrong with having the principle. You're wrong in how you communicated your disappointment and your hurt over the principle because you were so caught up in your principle that you forgot to put the person first. The people come first, Felicia. And then he just went down a roster for me, and I guess he said I needed to know because he said, and also, by the way, you prioritize the people over your profits. You prioritize the people over your plans. Y'all know we're building and we got all these ideas and we got plans. But we can't forget the people. That's why a wise woman builds up her house. She does that first. She makes sure that's in order. You see, it says in, and I got this up today, 1 Corinthians 14:40, let all things be done decently and in order. Papa was telling me there's nothing wrong with your principles, Felicia. But you don't prioritize your principles over the people. You don't prioritize your profits over the people. You don't prioritize your plans over the people. That's one of the reasons why I got up in the morning, yesterday morning, and called my friend, because I've gotten to the point where I get up, I work out, I take my shower, I eat my breakfast, and I'm coming to my desk and I'm ready to work. I'm ready to build wonderfully well. I'm ready. I'm excited about it. But I can't forget that it was those friendships, it was those relationships in my life that were very important to helping make me wonderfully well in the first place. So I was being reminded, don't forget the people. So this morning, what did I do? I got up. I had one phone call. And even that was to talk to some people in regards to calling a friend of mine and talking to another friend who was helping me. And then I went to my son and I said, hey, you wanted to talk to Mama last night. Let's go to the park. I honored my boundaries because last night I was tired and he wanted to talk late at night. So I was sleepy. So I honored my boundaries because I needed my rest. But instead of just jumping straight into work, I said, come on, let's go to the park. Let's go sit, look at the water, the ducks, and let's talk about what's important to you. Because the Lord reminded me, if my house is not in order, my company, his company, it's not going to work well. If my house is not built first, if that's not my focus first, then everything else will not be built on solid ground. You see, it was in Luke 10:38 through 42 where Martha's going around. She's just busy. I don't like that word. For those of y'all know me, I don't like that word. But you can go to my website, my YouTube channel, Words of Wellness. I did a whole series on busy. So you can look at that. But he says to her, Martha, Martha, the Lord answered, you are worried and upset about many things. It says earlier, Martha was distracted. She got distracted by so many things. She was serving. She was serving. So she got distracted by serving. She was doing work. But he says, you're worried and upset about many things, but few things are needed. Few. Oh, goodness. We pile so much on our plates, but he said only few things are needed. Or indeed only one. Just one. Mary has chosen what is better, and it will not be taken away from her. Well, what was that one thing Mary was so focused on? As I looked at that and I sensed in my spirit, yes, she was sitting at the foot of the Lord, sitting at his feet, listening to his words. But who do you think was telling him what to say? Love. Because he abides in his Father and his Father abides in him. She was listening to what the Father was having him say to her. And God is what? God is love. Mary was focused on love. She put her focus on love first. Not love for her principles, not love for her prophets, not love for her plans. She was focused on loving the Lord. People. In his human form sitting there before her. People first. So I just wanted to say to you today, beloved, as we are building, and building is important, but make sure your foundation is love first. If that is not your foundation, in 1 Corinthians 13:8, it says, love never fails. If you want to be a success, build on that which does not fail. That's love. So when you're building, make sure people first. Did I say you negate yourself? No. Are you not people? You're people too. Love your neighbor as you love yourself. That was one of the first lessons I had to learn. That is equal to, simultaneously, love your neighbor as you love yourself. And I'll get into that, how that gets done later. So make sure you come back to this channel so you can learn more. But the first thing first, people first. Prioritize. The Bible says in 1 Corinthians 14:40, I think I mentioned that, decency and in order. Order. Our priorities are so important. And if we prioritize anything above love for people, then our priorities are out of order. And then you are not building, you are tearing down. So be careful, beloved, how you build. There's a way to build wonderfully well. And God's wisdom is the only thing that can help us with that. Okay. I hope in this sense I've used my words well. And I hope that you build wonderfully well. All right. Until next time. Bye bye.